Hello there, and welcome back to Level 343, our video corner. This is our second installment, and it's called Measuring Your Social Media with the 4 Key Elements. Now, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tour around Hootsuite Analytics. What I'm going to show you is how you can measure your social network campaigns within Hootsuite and within 2 specific networks. We're going to choose Facebook and then Twitter. So basically, if you've watched our first video, then you know that we discussed monitoring and managing your social networks within Hootsuite. That's when you were building, listening, scheduling some tweets, whether it was your blogs, whether it was a campaign, whether it was a viral video that you were trying to get out there. Regardless, what you were doing is you were establishing a presence. So what we're going to do is now we're going to keep in mind that regardless of whatever campaign you have, that you have to measure the traffic. So some people think that higher numbers mean higher conversions, while others want quality over quality, or quality over quantity. Sorry about that. Whatever your ultimate goal is, make sure that you start with some good, strong benchmarks, hard data. So you see with Hootsuite, what they'll do is they'll give you a glimpse into your weekly and monthly stats in order to track a campaign. And you can track it regardless of whether you use the paid version or the non-paid version. You can do it at a glance, which is really nice. So I'm going to take it for granted that you have built a campaign with certain goals in mind, right? Campaign focus, campaign keywords, campaign approach, etc. These are all things that you have to put in place before we can move forward. So I will admit that after playing around Hootsuite for a while, I really like what I saw under the hood. Like I stated, there's going to be 2 versions. There's going to be the paid version, and then there's going to be the generic version. I'm going to take you through the generic version real quick. And as you can see, you can go ahead and choose up to a previous month, or you can specify dates. Choose the actual Twitter account, hit apply, and there you have it. What you're going to see is a summary of stats within the last month, the days that really brought in some high clicks, your top refers, your clicks by region. And then what's really nice is you can see your most popular links, which is really cool. The next thing you can do is you can actually take a URL that you tweeted a few times or you had scheduled, and again, choose the Twitter account that you want, hit apply, et voila, and it gives you that information. The Facebook Insights, we all know about them from Facebook. What's nice here is that you can actually incorporate it within your Hootsuite without having to go back and forth and so on and so forth. And last but not least, in the unpaid version is your Google Analytics. And again, you could choose whatever Google Analytics you have tracking. We're going to choose previous month, and this is the nice part. You can actually track the various Twitter accounts, and you can see your Twitter to web conversion. What that basically means is on this particular day, March 16th, we had 44 tweets, which resulted into 406 visits from that one tweet. So the Twitter reach and conversion, again, these numbers, they're not set in stone, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool, and it's numbers that I do track and I do pay attention to. Again, you could take a look at everything that you would see on your Google Analytics, your new visits, your page views, so on and so forth, your regional maps, and then again, your highest top content. Now, the 4 key elements that I wanted to discuss with you is in the paid version. For the sake of the video, what I did is I set it up in draft, and here we go. Let's pull that up. Now, what's really nice about the paid version is you can bring in your logo, you can bring in your information, and as you can see here, there's various modules that you can add. From mentions by influencers, from keyword over time, and what you'll notice is there are points. So each one is valued at various points, and from what I've been able to understand, the points are valued at around $1 a point. Don't quote me on that, but I couldn't really get a specific link where it gave me that information, just a lot of running around. So anyway, the 4 key elements that I wanted to discuss with you that I think are real important, especially in phase 1, is your keyword over time. Why is that important? Basically, especially if you're starting out, you need to track some of the keywords that you're using, whether it's a hashtag, whether it's a grouping of long tail keywords, whether you're geo-targeting. Regardless, if you're going to use Twitter, start tracking those keywords and take a look at what's bringing them in and what's not. The second one would be your Twitter mentions by influencers. Why that is important is if you're starting out with Twitter, you really have to position yourself with people that matter in the industry. I'm not going to tell you who they are. Those are things that you have to figure out for yourself. The third thing is your Twitter growth. If you're going to be using Twitter, you have to grow your list, whether it's specific people, whether it's specific niche, but that's one of the things that Twitter offers is an easy way to connect at 140 characters. Last but not least, I suggest bringing in Google Analytics. Why? Because, most of us have Google Analytics being tracked, so why not bring in those numbers and really get a good look at your whole campaign in one report. So as you can see, adding the modules helps, and it could just really beef up your analytics, and you can get pretty specific to different needs that you have for different campaigns. Now, in closing, I did want to share a secret with you. You've heard of build it and they will come. Well, guess what? They were lying. Because what you have to do now is not only you have to build it, you have to manage it, you have to measure it, and you have to follow a campaign. And if you're really good, then yes, they will come. But remember, nothing is free, people. So I hope this video has helped you better understand how you can begin by measuring and quantifying your approach in the 2 social networks, the Facebook and Twitter. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me at SEOcopy@level343.com. And thanks for watching. See you soon. Ciao.